find out my attention data, my bug data. If I crash my IE app, is there some way that I can reach into Microsoft and actually say, okay, this is what happened to my desktop as a development manager?
You can't really download from the Microsoft site to look at those bugs, but you can do a lot on your own end to actually log the bugs. There's various facilities within the environment where you can be very verbose in terms of what's firing off and what's occurring in terms of stack frame, the state of the variables. You can also attach in debug mode and kind of look at it that way. And again, are we talking about the test environment or are we talking about production? And that's the big challenge. Hopefully, if it's in test, you can do a lot more in terms of, like I said, in Visual Studio 2000.
I think I'm talking production.
Yeah, production is always a challenge. So anything you can do in terms of, your only options there are the IIS logs, and I'm not speaking for Apache, and maybe hook up a performance monitor, see what's happening there, but typically it's going to be in like a JavaScript, or maybe if it's on the client side, it's going to be something probably JavaScript related, and if it's on the server side, you'll probably be able to look at the IIS logs to see what fired off, what HTTP messages were recorded.
All right. Another subject. So games have 3D support. In fact, really awesome 3D support. Yeah. But when is enterprise apps? Sorry, I screwed this up. Enterprise apps have lagged behind in terms of user interface, 3D interface. Do you see a new wave of apps built for SaaS with 3D interfaces, or are they going to be more utility built like Facebook? Guys.
John would be a great one. He's the 3D expert here.
I think part of the slide deck we used to talk about JavaFX actually mentions Facebook and YouTube, because I think what's interesting about them is that there's a lot of white space and they're not really pretty. And I think the reason is because it's very hard to do dynamic content for an accurate scale, make it look good. And the reason why I think games are so ahead is, Guy Kawasaki said this a long time ago, that games, you want to see the next generation UI, you look at games from today or even 5 years ago, they're so far ahead of us in so many ways. But remember, games, their whole thing is they have a very large